Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Saving Schalke. This is episode 29, and as you can see, we are currently sat second in the league, 11 points behind Bayern Munich. So since we last met, not much has happened. We've just gone through a few games. We lost to Bayern Munich 2-1, which was very unfortunate. It was quite an even game, but overall they did deserve to win. Then we won 5-0 against Freiburg, beat PSV in the friendly Christmas break time, beat Mönchengladbach 3-1, and finally beat Mainz 2-0. So we come against Cologne on good form, and in the transfer window not much has happened for us, especially we've brought in one player, a youngster, brought him in from a team in Denmark, just thought he looked quite good, but on the outs we've got a few loans. Scharvit's gone out on loan to Bayer Leverkusen, Michael Müller has gone on loan to Hamburg, and finally Koza has gone to Fortuna Düsseldorf on loan. So it would be good to see some development from those sort of players. But first of all, we're playing against Cologne in today's episode. So Kevin at the moment, well, he did have a suspension, but he'll sit on the bench for this game, trying to give Santos a bit more game time. And then I'll also bring in Sandez for Rugari. Smith playing in the centre defensive mid role. Scott Blanco, as Mariba is currently on international duty. Demir, Sane, who's been on fantastic form the last few games, and Sesko up top. I'll also just put Rasic in to fill that final spot, but hopefully we can get a victory again today and keep up the good form. First highlight here with the goal kick from Georgie into Smith into Scott. Looking to play the ball out quite nicely, up to Demir, back into Scott, finds Sesko, finds Wagnerman, who's had numerous transfer offers come in from the likes of Bayern Munich, Barcelona in the January transfer window, and he's looking to create something, but unfortunately they clear it. Finds Sandez into Smith, into Scott, back to Wagnerman, who has an effort, and it just goes over the top of the bar, and it goes out for a goal kick to Cologne. But like I was saying, Wagnerman's had numerous transfers offers for about 40 million. Obviously, we need him here at Schalke, so I've been rejecting all of them, and he doesn't seem too upset by that. So hopefully we can keep him and get a lot out of him by creating a lot of chances. And Sesko's looking to create one here, back to Wagnerman. Gets the cross in, back post for Sane, and Horn sort of like palms it away, and it falls to Wagnerman, who puts the ball back in, and it looked like Malik had put it into his own net, but it looks like it's going to go to VAR here. The lino doesn't have his flag up, which tends to be a good sign, and VAR will come to the decision of awarding the goal. So Malik has put it into his own net. He thinks he's still playing for Schalke here. Wagnerman puts the ball in, Sane, Horn saves it, and then Wagnerman just volleys it back across goal, and Malik's positioning is all wrong and he sticks it into his own net. So lucky for us, we're 1-0 up. Corner here with Sidi Sane. Ball comes across aiming for Sesko, but their player clears. Falls back to Sane there, though, who's looking to drive forward, finds Schmidt into Scott, turns, finds Sesko, has a shot, but his effort is blocked, and they clear it further, but only as far as Anel, who finds Wagnerman into Schmidt, goes all the way back to Georgie in goal, who finds Anel. Everyone's getting their positioning back, and Wagnerman on the right hand side finds Demir into Scott, finds Schmidt, ball over the top for Sesko, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Horn makes a fantastic save, and Malik from the rebound clears it out towards their left-hand side, our right, but unfortunately Wagnerman won it back, and that's the end of the highlight there. Free kick with Demir comes in, but it's straight into the gloves of Timo Horn, which is very disappointing, that free kick from him, and he's going to play it long, but lucky for us, they've got no one there. But I think that was Santos just headed it back to their player. But Sanders intercepts very nicely. Into Sane, into Sanders. Up to Sesko, and he's out-jumped, unfortunately. And they're looking to come forward here on their left-hand side with Vargas. Plays it back to their central midfielder. Demir intercepts nicely, but gives the ball away, and they give the ball away back to Demir. Trying to find Sesko, but Malik intercepts. And the ball goes all the way back to Horn in goal for Cologne, who plays it long, looking for their man. But hopefully we're going to come back with Schmidt. Anel up to Demir. Further forward to Wagnerman on the right-hand side. Looking to get a cross in once again towards Sidi Sane, and Sane wins the header and it goes into the back of the net to make it 2-0 to Schalke. It's a fantastic move down the right hand side using Wagnerman again. No wonder clubs were in for him. He's just a dominant figure in this Schalke side, creating a lot of chances down this right hand side, and as you can see, ball just comes across. Sane wins the header above everyone else and guides the header into the back of the net to make it 2-0. Free kick here just on the edge of the area. Demir looks to play it over towards Anel and he puts it into the back of the net. The line though doesn't have his flag up once again, so however it's going to VAR here. They're claiming for an offside call against Anel, but VAR will come to the decision of awarding the goal once again. So that is 2 VAR calls that have been granted to us this evening, and overall we're 3-0 up against Cologne, and it's a fantastic shot by Anel. As you can see, he was miles onside and he just guides it past Horner in the back of the net. Just before half time we've got a goal kick and it's played over to Santos, who will play back to Georgie in goal, who will look to find Sanders on the left hand side, who headers it forward towards Sane, back to Sanders, driving forward with it. He's picked up a yellow card, so we need to be cautious of that. We do have Rigari on the bench, and Sanders will put the ball in. Sesko wins the header, but it's just over the bar. But yes, we'll just keep an eye on Sanders' yellow card in case we look to make a change in the opening moments of the second half. But fantastic 45 minutes from the players gives us a 3-0 lead going into half time. Let's hope for more of that in the second half. Just over 65 minutes of the game gone. I'm going to make that change, bringing Sanders off and bringing Rigari on. I'm also going to look to bring off Blanco and bring Harvey Elliott on into the centre midfield position. It's saying that he can play there quite comfortably. I've not seen it so far, so hopefully he can add a bit of creativity to increase the lead further. Throwing here with Rigari, into Schmidt, back to Rigari, ball comes over, looking for Demir, however Malik clears, and it's only going to fall as far as Wagnerman, who's being closed down, and their player wins the ball ahead of him, looks to play the ball over the top, and Anel makes a crunching challenge but wins the ball fairly and it falls to Demir. Driving forward on the right hand side, slots the ball through to Sesko, taking it quite wide, but Malik lunges in and it looks like it's going to be a penalty to Schalke here. I thought that was a certain penalty. He dove in, ball had gone past him and he just wiped out Sesko really. So it will be a penalty here today. Will Malik receive a second yellow card and be sent off? And it looks like he will. So yes, Malik has been sent off for Cologne. And I think Demir will step up to take this penalty. He missed his most recent one, so hopefully he can get this goal here. And he does, to make it 4-0 to Schalke this evening. It's only his 5th goal of the season, which is quite surprising. He's been an instrumental part to our team so far in this save, realistically, and he slotted a goal in today. But surprising to see that he's only got 5 goals for the season, but he scores another one today and puts us 4-0 up. And they will have a goal kick here with Horn. playing it relatively long. Anel flicks it back to Georgie in goal, who will play it long for us, over the top of their defence into Sesko, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, but it's a tame effort and Horn makes a comfortable save. Just before full time, Sane's got a corner, ball comes in, Santos wins a header and it's 5-0 to Schalke. That's a fantastic guided headed finish by Santos there. He was the only player from our starting 11 who was below a 7 rating. So it just shows that his stats look better than Anel when we brought him in, but he's not played well at all for us since coming into the club. But it's a very disappointing day at the office for Cologne and Malik in particular. He scored an own goal in the early part of the game and then he also got sent off. Unfortunately, we can't see his average rating, but I'm sure it was very low. But we come out 5-0 winners against Cologne today, and I'll meet you in the next game, guys. We've reached the game against Union Berlin now. We did have the deadline day in between the last game and this game. We had a huge offer for Yusuf Demir of 50 million. However, I was looking at more of a figure around 100 million. He wasn't happy with that, so he's unhappy with us at the moment that he feels the transfer was blocked. I'm happy that we've still got him in the side, so I will continue to play him as much as possible because I feel he's if you look at the star rating, you've got Wagnerman, Regari, Mariba, Demir and Sesko all on 4-star, so he's an important part of our side. I've made a few changes to the side since last game. Brought Regari in instead of Sanders, and I've also brought in Kevin again instead of Anel, trying to rotate the 3 centre backs to make sure that Santos becomes happy again at the club. But apart from that, I'm happy to go with this starting 11, and hopefully we can get a victory today against Union Berlin. Thrown here early few minutes, they play it up to their left mid, who will look to play it back to their centre back, across to his counterpart, and who plays it into midfield. Looks to play the ball over to Regari, but he comfortably wins the header and plays it back to Georgie, who will ultimately roll it out to Schmidt. Find Demir on the right hand side, further out to Wagnerman, driving forward with it, but has to play it back to Kevin. Into Schmidt, up to Scott, back to Schmidt. Demir over the top towards Sidi Sane. Their defender intercepts, but Sane's adding a bit of pressure and forces him to go long where Santos will clear. And he'll play it up to Mariba. Finds Scott, Sesko, into Sane, Demir, 1-on-1, and he puts it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 to Schalke. But it is going to VAR again. However, the lino doesn't have his flag up once again, so the goal is awarded. So that's 3 times in this episode that we've had to go to VAR for a decision, and all 3 times they've been awarded as a goal. So fantastic work by Sesko into Sane there, who finds Demir making that forward run and just slots it past the goalkeeper on his right foot to make it 1-0 in the first few moments to Schalke. However, that they've got a corner here, ball comes in, we clear it with Wagnerman, but it only falls as far as their man on the edge of the box, and Santos looked like he made a foul there. However, they've put it into the back of the net, and it's a possible offside, in fact. So the lino's very stagnant, but he doesn't have his flag up. So we're going to VAR here, and they will say that it is disallowed and that they were offside. So Santos is very fortunate not to give away a penalty here. So it was the first ball across, and as you can see, he fouled his man in the middle there, so it's quite fortunate that the crosser was in an offside position. But Georgie collects the ball comfortably here, 9 minutes into the game, and plays it out to the left-hand side to Sidi Sane, who finds Regari. Into Schmidt, Back to Rugari here. Up to Sane. Looking to try and drive forward, but has to go back to Schmidt and Santos. Plays it all the way back to Georgie. Into Schmidt. Back to Santos. That ball into Schmidt could have easily been intercepted, but we're keeping the ball quite calmly here between our centre defensive midfielders and our centre backs, and we're working the ball up now. Scott into Sesko, into Mariba, who slots in Sane, who's going to look to get the cross in here, into Sesko, and it's inches past the post, so the scoreline stays 1-0, 10 minutes into the game. Throw in here with Rugari, however. He will find Mariba, just come back from international duty, and Scott has an effort and it's just past the post once again, and it stays 1-0. Throw in here into their central midfielder from their left back, back to their left back, back to their centre back. Across to his partner in crime at centre back, who looks to find space on the right wing. However, Rugari closed him down, forced him back, but he's got plenty of space here, and he's going to get the cross in, and it's looped up for Georgie to easily collect. And from this, Georgie will look to distribute it, plays it short to Schmidt, who plays it out to Kevin, who will drive forward with it and find Demir. Into Scott, up to Wagnerman, into Sesko. Sesko finds Mariba, Sane, through to Sesko, one-on-one, and he finds the back of the net. So once again, we are going to VAR for this. They're calling Sesko to be offside. However, the lino doesn't have his flag up, and it looks like it's been given as a goal here. So Sesko found Mariba into Sane, who finds Sesko making that forward run and just hammers it past goalkeeper to make it 2-0 to Schalke. So as we can see here, he's just onside from his forward run. So it is 2-0 to Schalke, just gone 20 minutes. Thrown here once again with their left back, and they're playing it forward, trying to create a chance here. Back to their centre back. And they find that forward run to their striker, one-on-one, but Georgie makes a fantastic save to tip it past the post to keep it at 2-0 to Schalke. Coming up to 25 minutes gone, they will put the resulting corner in. And Wagnerman will head clear, but it's only far as their man on the edge of the box. He'll look to turn and get the ball back towards goal, but unfortunately for them, it results in nothing. Throw in here, Wagnerman into Demir, who puts the ball across for Sesko, looking to turn and have a shot, which he does, but the keeper makes a fantastic save. We've now got a throw in on the opposite side with Rugari, who'll find Mariba, into Sane on his right foot, looks to have a shot, and it's just over the bar. So Union Berlin have a goal kick here, and it stays 2-0 to Schalke, with time just ticking away towards half time here. It's been a comfortable game for us. They have had a few chances here and there, like the offside goal that they had, but we're going into the break 2-0 up, and overall via XG and shots we have looked the better side. So I will say that I'm happy, keep getting the shots away, and let's hope for more in the second half. Corner here with Rugari. Ball comes in for Sesko and he wins the header, but it's just past the post and it goes out for a goal kick here. Rugari hasn't had a fantastic game, so I'll take Rugari off and bring on Sanders, and I'll also bring off Christopher Scott and bring on Harvey Elliott in the central midfield position. Just under 10 minutes to go left in the match. The time in the second half has just ticked away. Limited highlights here, but it looks like we're going to come out victors unless they score from this corner. But Georgie claims comfortably and will look to distribute forward. He will play it to taking his time here. But he'll play it long towards Sesko, who unfortunately is out-jumped, but Elliott looked to win the ball. However, they've played the ball over the top here, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and Georgie makes a fantastic save once again. So there's been a few chances that they have had that he's kept us in the game and winning this by 2-0. But it's coming up to the 90th minute here with 3 additional minutes left to play. Hopefully we can just see this game out here, potentially even get an extra goal here with Harvey Elliott into Schmidt. Plays it all the way back to Kevin. Looking to play it forward towards Wagnerman, which he does. Back to Kevin, who rushes the sort of ball, and they're looking to come back here. Santos misjumps his header, and Georgie once again makes a fantastic save. So if it wasn't for Georgie in our goal, I reckon that they would have scored at least 1, maybe even 2 goals here today. But Sane, last few moments, tries to get the ball in, but the cross is blocked. So with this win here today, it will put us, I think, 8 points behind Bayern Munich, which is catchable. However, they've got a game in hand on us, so it can go back to 11 points depending on their result in their game in hand. So we do want them to lose that. We want them to start losing and dropping points against the teams a bit around us. We saw just before this fixture that Dortmund lost to Bayer Leverkusen 5-1. So that was quite handy for us in our pursuit for the top 2 finishes. We do have Borussia Dortmund coming up in the near fixtures. However, I won't be showing you that game. I'll bring you back for the game against Barcelona in the Champions League in the first leg. So I'll show you quickly now, once this all loads, on when I will come back for. So, talking about Bayern Munich losing, they have lost their first game of the season against Mönchengladbach. So that leaves us 8 points behind them with 21 games gone. Like I said, I'll come back for the Wolfsburg. I'll definitely come back for the Barcelona game. It will just be depending on what game I do either side of it. I think I might lean towards the Hanover game. So I'll play a few key fixtures in between there against Dortmund and Eintracht Frankfurt, along with the Wolfsburg game and the 3rd round of the Pokal. I'll play all of those off camera and come back for the Barcelona versus Hanover game. But if you have enjoyed, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Check out our Instagram in the description below. But apart from that, I'll see you in next episode.